Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, 17, looking like always is Noah Bailey. So, I think the first thing we need to talk about today is, as rumored, before the new Avatar movie, some trailers for Avengers Doomsday have been playing. So far, we've had two different trailers, and one of them has been officially released.
Hmm.
And literally the only thing that first trailer for Avengers Doomsday showed is that
Yes.
Steve Rogers is coming back.
Yes.
What are
And nothing
what are your
else.
thoughts? Yeah,
I
what are
mean,
your general thoughts of that?
at this point, I think we're just running it back. I'm just like, I understand no one's gone forever, but I'm also like, so like, are people really dying, or are we just in what capacity is he back? Because I'm like, will return. Does that mean like he's like Captain America's coming back fully, or is he gonna be old or something? Like, I don't like, I don't know, but I'm just kind of like, is it a flashback? Like, I'm kind of like, so are we just like, did that just not happen? Like, what's going on?
Right. So
Because it feels like,
I've heard at
sorry,
least three different I think maybe three-ish different theories, and I kind of like elements of all of them. Theory number one, uh, it is like um because Captain America went, or Steve Rogers went back in time, and to drop out the shields and stuff, but stay with Peggy. That created a new timeline that has since caused incursions that Doctor Doom is trying to like either stop or manipulate or whatever, and then you know we'll meet. Well, the movie will kind of start with Doctor Doom coming to Steve in that timeline and like kind of trying to get him on his side, which leads to theory number two is it'd be kind of funny if like all of the trailers for this movie, and you know how the Russos love lying in Avengers movies, Avenger trailers.
yes.
Um, if all the marketing for this movie revolved around Chris Evans coming back, but it's more so like a Loki situation in Infinity War, where he was in almost every single trailer, but he died in the first 3 minutes. I don't know if the Russo brothers would want to do that because theory number three, the Russo brothers really, really like having Captain America in their movies. They had that they were
Yeah.
the two best Captain America movies, Infinity War and Endgame, both featured him heavily. Like they like having their toys to play with, and I understand that. But it would still be very funny if there was that fake out with with Steve being the first casualty of Doom.
Yeah, but I mean, that'd be weird because, like, I don't know. Because it's like, do we really have to? I mean, I understand, like, you like people to be in your movie and things like that, but I'm also like, from a real world perspective, like,
Mm.
do we really do all this to bring Chris Evans back just to immediately kill him after having this, like, emotional send off and all this stuff and doing the signature after the movie and all that just to be like, yeah, come back for a quick 5 seconds or even at all. I don't know. For me, it just feels weird because it's like, why, why have these giant emotional moments just to be like, JK, he's not dead? Like, and it
Yeah,
feels weird because, like, I understand that, like, at least, like, Robert Downey Jr. is playing a different character, I guess, so it's kind of less weird. But for to be like, yeah, no, we're just running it back with Steve Rogers. Like, is this because Captain America didn't do as well as we hoped? Is this because we just like Chris Evans? Is this because
I
we
so
need something that, like, I don't know, like,
a lot of people have been really weird about um, uh, Sam Cap regarding this because they seem to forget that it was in a Russo brothers Avengers movie that had Steve pass out the shield to Sam. So
hmm.
it would be, I feel like it would be weird if Steve comes back and demands the shield back in the next Russo brothers movie, that feels like it's at worst, there's going to be two Captain Americas, which has happened in the comics before. Like, there's a panel going around of Steve in full costume, like walking next to Sam Captain America, being like, "Well, really, he's Captain America. I'm just Steve these days." So like, they could do something like that. He could officially go by Nomad, which he kind of was in Infinity War, but that's also been a name he's taken. Um, or they could just both be Cap, and he's more of a supporting role to Sam, or vice versa. Like, I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily think him being in this movie will take the title away from Sam, but I do think regardless it'll lessen Sam's impact in the movie if the original Captain America is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I, I don't know. I'm skeptical,
Mm,
obviously. So we'll have to see.
yeah. I do find it very funny that both Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are coming back to this. And it's very funny that both of them were in one really, really good movie since Endgame, but otherwise have been in a bunch of really, really bad movies. Like, genuinely, some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, Chris Evans, the first Knives Out, incredible. All three Knives Out are great, but that one in
Mhm.
particular, I just really like, and he was great in that movie. But then you got stuff like The Gray Man. He was the villain in that. Um, I think it's called Ghosted on Amazon Prime. That's not great. It's just another one of those fake movies they throw on Amazon Prime that you see YouTube shorts of sometimes. Like, oh, that's a movie, I guess. Um, which I'm pretty sure The Gray Man was directed by one of the Russos also. So like, this is also a thing with the Russos in general. Like, ever since Endgame, they haven't really like exactly struck gold since. Um, Then you also have Robert Downey Jr., who famously won Best Supporting Actor for Oppenheimer,
Mhm.
and then immediately was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming back for Endgame or for Avengers." Like, that's not exactly the career move I would have thought he would make after
Yeah.
finally winning an Oscar. But okay,
That's kind of my thing. Like, I understand you don't want to get typecast and things like that, and you want to do other things, but it's also like the fact that you came immediately back. I'm like, I mean, then again, it's gonna make $1 billion, so like, I guess money is good, but also like,
yeah,
do you really need this? Like, is this? I don't
no,
know. It feels weird because it's like, why are we not like we made this big statement by saying we're moving on from like half of our core members at least,
but then also
and
not really
then
because Thor got another movie. Black Widow was already slated to get a prequel movie. Hawkeye got his own show. Like almost all the other Avengers have gotten something since. So it's
well, that's
not.
why I said half. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like it's odd to me because why have these giant sacrifices if we're just gonna run it back? Because like now it's gonna be like Scarlett Johansson, well, Black Widow will return. I'm like, how?
What?
How? We've already had stories mourning your loss, and
Mhm.
then it's just like, JK,
Yeah.
we're fine. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
And this is like what we've said so far has been, completely divorced from the fact that there's been 6 years worth of other Marvel movies since Endgame, and it's not that they're not gonna matter, but it really does feel like whatever they had been doing up to this point, I almost guarantee will feel, if not pointless, feel at least misguided.
Yeah, because it's like. what was all that even for?
right? Because the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday was just showing Steve Rogers and he has a child now. That's cool, whatever.
Yes.
But then the second one, which has not been officially released yet, but it is now showing before Avatar, it's a little like 1 minute scene of Thor, which we like Thor. We were expecting him to be in this movie. That's cool, but it's not something new. It's not him interacting with any of the new characters. It's like it's probably going to be an emotional moment in the movie, but it doesn't show us anything about the movie. It just shows that Thor will be in it, which like yeah, it's an Avengers movie. He hasn't died yet, so I hope he would be. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not worried about the Russos just completely ignoring the other characters because we know for a fact that the after credit scene of both Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were done by the Russos. Like it was basically on the set of Avengers Doomsday. So he's clearly
Hmm.
making this movie. They're clearly making this movie with those characters in mind. It just definitely lessens their impact when the way that you're marketing the movie is with old characters, especially one that we thought wasn't coming back at all.
It's yeah. We'll see how they do it. Maybe they'll make it a way that doesn't feel like cheap or weird or something, but I'm just
Yeah,
kind of I am skeptical until I see otherwise.
yeah. And I think this all kind of boils down to something that people have been screaming at Marvel for a while now. And I know there was like a weirdness with the whole like Kang Dynasty movie that got scrapped and whatever. Like I understand that that like plans have kind of changed around, but it is absolutely bonkers to me that they didn't have an Avengers movie that was centered around Secret Invasion, instead making that
Right?
a show. You fast track a
And,
Secret
and
Invasion project in the MCU at this point in the MCU and make it a Nick Fury focused show on Disney Plus. It's
show
6 episodes. It sucks.
and yeah, it was barely poorly written. Like I feel like yeah, that easily could have been a movie. And also it's odd because like I get on the one hand they're trying to like force like okay, like shows are important too, but it's also like you notice when things aren't good, they just pretend they didn't happen. Like that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Like you
Captain
know what
Marvel
I mean?
didn't mention it at all.
That's what I'm
Should have.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, there's been no mention of it. Like, I get it was
Scrolls were
a
in
quote
that movie.
secret.
Were in the Marvels that came out after Secret Invasion, and it was never brought up. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
what?
understand it's quote secret invasion, so not a lot of people know about it. But like, the fact that nobody has ever even once brought any of it up is just
The
like,
president made it very clear that it happened, and that's theoretically why he lost the election that brought in President Ross. And it wasn't brought up in the movie where President Ross became president.
yeah,
So
I don't know.
just
So
just imagine Secret Invasion, just the concept of Secret Invasion set during a more tumultuous time in the MCU. Like even the audience doesn't really fully know a lot of these characters yet. The characters themselves don't really know each other. Sam is trying to build up this new Avengers team, but it turns out some of them might be Skrulls. Someone that he is kind of leaning on as, as someone who was a part of the old Avengers team, Rhodey, like he's kind of leaning on him to kind of help him form this team. Like, I know I'm new to this, but Rhodey has been there since day one. I could trust him to help build this team, and Rhodey turns out to be a Skrull. That would have been sick. But instead, like, I think that would have also like really helped us kind of be more introduced to a lot of these new characters if we like really have to delve into like into like their personality and like their backstory and stuff in order to determine whether or not they're scrolls and kind of figure that out. That could have been really cool, and I think that would have really helped just uplift the entire MCU and like really feel like those movies and shows that came out before that point actually mattered. And instead, it was bad, and now the next actual Avengers thing is basically just a continuation of a movie that came out 6 years ago.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like it feels like they're trying to recapture the old magic and just ignoring half the stuff that's come out in the interim. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that works, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So we'll see. The apparently people are actually liking the Thor one more. Like I was kind of down on it, but just the concept of it, focusing on a character that we he's just by himself, just you know not interacting with anyone else. I feel like, but like what he's saying and what it looks like, and just the aura of that trailer apparently is a lot better than the Captain America one. Um, so I'm hoping after after all the trailers get released in theater and then online, and then like hopefully once we get the first like true Avengers Doomsday trailer, hopefully that one gives us a actual good idea of what the movie is going to be about, because we still don't really know.
Yeah, we have no idea. And that's kind of what worries me because, like, we don't know what it's about. It's kind of just, at this point, like, is it just going to be, like, are we like, I know it's supposed to be, like, two movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still, that's still happening?
Yeah, it's still Doomsday in next December, and then Secret
Secret
Wars the
Wars.
year after.
So I'm not, yeah. So I mean, hopefully it works out, but I don't know. It feels like, again, this movie's gonna have to do a lot of connecting dots because we've had a lot of content, but none of it's really seemingly been connected.
Right.
And I feel like we're gonna have to do a lot of introductions. Not everyone's gonna need their clapping moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this. I know it's gonna be a long movie, but like we're gonna need every minute of it. It feels like.
Yeah, especially when it seems so weird that they're doing Avengers Doomsday starring Doctor Doom as the main villain after we got a what I consider to be a really good Fantastic Four movie, and it seems that Reed Richards is not going to be the main character of the movie, even though he
Yeah.
should be a pivotal part of them fighting Doctor Doom. But he'll be there. But I just feel like you know I feel like he should have been emphasized more. But we'll we'll, we'll see how it goes.
And we'll have to see.
Yeah. But speaking of Avatar: Fire and Ash, uh, it very predictably had a really, really good opening weekend, making
Of course it did.
$345 million last weekend.
Of course it did.
Yeah. It is tracking slightly below Way of the Water, which made 441, so almost 100 million less. But I I still think it'll very easily clear a billion, if not a lot more than that.
Do we think it's going to be again the highest grossing movie?
Weirdly enough, like Zootopia is the one to beat, which I was not expecting. Um, it's already at
Yeah.
1.3, I think,
Ooh,
and is
okay.
tracking to be between 1.5 and 1.7. So like,
That's partially me. I saw that movie last week, bro. That movie is excellent.
really? Okay.
Yes.
I never like
Like
doubted it was good. I just was
no, it's
okay.
have you seen the first one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is just as good as the first one, if not better, in my
Okay.
opinion. There is really, real. It's good writing. It's just good dialogue writing. Like they talk, like the characters feel real. They have great lines. Everyone's interesting, and man,
Mm,
just how the last movie had a twist, and you were like, "Dang, I didn't see that one coming."
yeah.
This twist literally walked behind me in the bathroom and shot me in the face. Like it was, I was not like
Hmm.
we all three of us were collectively like, no way. Like, so be prepared.
Okay, cool. I don't know if I'll get a chance to see it in theaters, but definitely when it comes to Disney Plus, I'll see it. Clearly doesn't
Mm,
need my money to be successful, so I'm not gonna feel bad about not seeing it, but also maybe I will. Who knows? Um, it is good when a you know actually really good movie is making a lot of money like that, and
yeah.
not just like I liked Deadpool and Wolverine. I really enjoyed it, but like some people kind of question the quality of the movie itself, and I can't really like argue necessarily. It is a lot of nostalgia bait and that kind of thing. So like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's good. I think it deserves what it got. But when something like this, uh, something a lot of people actually connect with and like, as opposed to Moana last year, which still somehow broke a billion, even though no one, I haven't seen a single screenshot from that movie, even though it made over $1 billion. Or the Lilo and Stitch movie, which also made a billion somehow, even though it wasn't very good.
Yeah. That one I argue would didn't deserve it just because it's just a shot for shot remake no one asked for. But
Shot for shot remake
you
with a
know.
different, worse ending, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
But yeah, it's good that the Utopia 2, which is actually really good, is beating both of those. So,
Yes.
um, but yeah, I could be wrong. It could be a thing where just like with Avatar 2, like that movie started off really well, dipped a little bit, and then there was like a week or two in January that it actually like crept back up. Like, so there's a very high chance that Avatar 3 will at least it will sorry, let me back up. It will definitely break a billion. That is no question somehow. Um, but it breaking 2 billion at this point, it's really up in the air. So, all right. Next up with Disney stuff. Uh, this one is not, I wouldn't say disappointing, but it's definitely a little telling about uh, something about the show. It the Wonder Man series, which has been delayed to January 27th, has
Mm-hmm.
is apparently going to be dropping all of its episodes on that day.
Mm. Red flag.
Kinda, kinda, yeah. They did the same thing with Echo,
Yeah.
and as
Yeah.
much as I like was more or less positive on that show, I don't know if I would have been like as jazzed to like come back every week for it. Um, so, and this show, there's been next to no marketing for this show at all. Like, there's been a couple of like behind the scenes stuff and like one trailer, but they're just I don't even know why they made this if they're gonna put no effort into letting people know it exists.
Yeah. I'm interested in it because like I wanted like we've been talking about this for a long time. We wanted to see it, and now it's like, oh, it's delayed. Oh, now it's just gonna drop all at once, which kind of kills not kills any like interest for it, but it definitely like the show they do that with the shows that they seemingly aren't as expecting as much long-term hype and popularity from,
Yeah.
which I feel like it does a disservice to the show, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Because Ironheart didn't drop all at once, but they kind of dropped it in chunks, right?
Hmm.
It was like
Yeah,
two,
it
three
was like
episode chunks.
I think it was 3 and 3 or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I
So
think
it was
so.
over 2 weeks, but it was 3 episodes at a time. Um, I don't know. They're treating it similarly because that show also got very little advertising. Uh,
Hmm.
I hope it's good. Like maybe it'll at least be as good as Echo, which I have like some issues with, but not like I thought it was at least interesting enough. Um, so yeah, it's definitely going to be a thing where if it is not good, um, I feel like next year is kind of like make or break for a lot of different, like really kind of superhero stuff in general in a lot of ways because you know we have Wonder Man, which is going to be what it is, and then Daredevil season two or Daredevil Born Again season two. That's going to kind of be its chance to like really show like okay, so the first season had a lot of stuff going on with its development. The second season had all the people from the original season more or less actually making it. Like, are they able to really capture what they originally did on Netflix? So there's that. Um, then we have Spider-Man, Brand New Day, which also maybe had a trailer before Avatar, but it hasn't been leaked or like or anything. I don't even I like I've seen like some stuff. I don't know if it's AI at this point because that seems to be what a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, we have it a lot.
But regardless, Spider-Man, that's gonna be big. Uh, like it genuinely might be the second biggest movie of the year behind Avengers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So big
Spider-Man
that I
was
think
huge.
it'll kind of completely swallow up Supergirl, unfortunately.
Well, unless Superhero does really well, but
It
yeah,
is coming out a week or two
probably.
before it, so it'll have a little bit of runway, but it is coming out like this like a week after Toy Story 5, I think. Yeah, I think a week after Toy Story. So yeah, who knows? All right. All right. Speaking of Avatar stuff, um, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, is a movie that has been like it's been talked about for a while now. Paramount established this Avatar Studios back in like 2021, I think. It was a couple years. It was like I think 4 or 5 years ago at this point. And one of their main pitches was a movie that was kind of set a couple years after the original Avatar show, and it's been touted as having a theatrical release up until now, where today they announced that it is no longer being released in theaters, only Paramount Plus,
Mm.
which I am not gonna buy Paramount Plus just for that movie.
No, but I also again not great signs. I don't know. This worries me.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, do they not have faith in it? Is it just are they like is Paramount did they decide that they're going to be releasing like a lot of other movies around that time and just decide it'd be better to put this on streaming instead? I don't know. It's definitely not ideal when they just dump something straight to streaming. Um,
No, especially when they weren't originally planning to.
yeah, it's like kind of the opposite of Blue Beetle, which that was originally going to be an HBO Max show or Max, whichever it was called at the time, HBO Max movie, but then they basically upgraded it to actually being in theaters, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm hoping the quality isn't affected by this. Like it was still over a year, I mean, well, like 6 to 9 months out from it releasing. So I don't, I don't know if even Paramount like is able to gauge the actual quality of the movie, but it's definitely one of those things that for whatever reason, uh, Avatar, the bending people, Avatar just has never seemed to have a fair chance in any capacity. Like ever since the original show, every single time they've tried some other new Avatar stuff, it's had issues. There was an Avatar video game back in like 2007 that's not very good. Obviously, Legend of Korra. Not only do people like are iffy about the show itself, it also had issues with like where it was being shown, the possibility of you're only going to get one season, but actually we're going to give you two more. And they didn't plan for that, so they had to basically work around the decisions they made there. And then that got a game, which wasn't very good. Obviously, the movie, which is terrible. The show on Netflix, which isn't very good. There was apparently going to be two other movies, one focusing on Kyoshi, one focusing on Zuko, that were supposed to come out by now, but just got scrapped for whatever reason. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like it's a lot going on there. But I'm like, do we really? I don't know. It worries me because I really love Avatar and the world it's in, and I want stories to be told, like a story about what the gang's been up to a few years after the end of the original story. But I'm also like, let's not just throw a ton of Avatar things out because it's popular and money.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was in the back of my mind at least excited to watch this in theaters, but I guess I could make a free trial the week it comes out. Because I haven't done that with anything on Paramount yet. So maybe
Yeah,
there'll be some other stuff by then that'll actually be worth it, but somehow I doubt it. Paramount Plus has literally never been a tempting purchase ever. Like even Peacock, I'm like closer. I'm not gonna do it, but like I'm closer with Peacock than I am this. Um, so even like Apple TV Plus, I feel is to me has more value than Paramount Plus, but yeah. You had Paramount Plus for like a second, right?
I did for a little bit. Yeah, I tried out for a little bit. It wasn't. I mean, there's like Nickelodeon stuff on there, which is kind of cool. But I mean, like, aside from Drake and Josh reruns and like obviously SpongeBob, like I don't know, I don't think it was that great. There's not a lot of like recent stuff on there because I even
Mm.
like the whole Ike Harley thing, like for a
Oh
while was
yeah,
kind of just like, it's all right, but
yeah,
not really worth it long term.
yeah. I don't think it's worth $13 for no ads per month. I don't know.
No.
But you get all the NFL on CBS and you get Showtime. Hey, you get Showtime.
It's showtime. Oh, no one uses that.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, they have time. Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe the movie will be full completed and they'll be like, actually, that does deserve to be a theatrically released movie, at least for like a limited time. Kind of like the newer Knives Out were with Netflix. It got like a week or two, went to select theaters, and then went to Netflix. Which the movies are good. Like that is not an indictment of their quality. Both Glass Onion and Wake Up Dead Man are both incredible. So like it doesn't always like a movie coming to streaming doesn't always mean it's bad. It just usually is more indicative of it being of lesser
Right.
quality than, or at least them having less, um, confidence in it. So
Right. And again, it's more so the moving it from theaters to streaming. Like stuff that's just always was going to be streaming can be very good, but it's the actively changing it.
yeah. All right. Moving on to our last topic here. Time for another pop culture Mount Rushmore. Last week we established what we believe to be our Mount Rushmore of Christmas movies. This week, we're going to be doing Mount Rushmore of holiday specials. And it's essentially anything that is less than an hour that is typically shown around Christmas. So that includes stuff like Rudolph and all of those Rankin and Bass and other animated specials that are like 30 minutes to an hour long, as well as any like holiday themed episodes of TV shows.
Mhm.
So yeah, and just know we haven't seen every single holiday themed episode. We haven't seen every single Christmas special or whatever, but this is just this is our
This is our
personal
list.
Mount Rushmore. Exactly.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
yeah,
deal with it.
yeah. Do you have anything in mind specifically to start us off?
So for me, definitely Charlie Brown Christmas. That's for
Yeah,
me, that's a staple for sure.
yeah,
Just because it's just I don't like without fail every year we watch it. It's iconic, It's everyone's seen the little sad tree and it like basically falls apart.
mm,
So I think that's a big one. And also the original Grinch, maybe. I know we did the Jim Carrey one for the other one, but I
that
mean that's
that is
one that's
my personal all-time favorite.
okay.
But let's put it in the running. I don't
Okay.
I think it definitely deserves it, but I don't want to be like, yeah, I don't want to be greedy and put the Grinch on both lists. Even though, yeah, it
Right, right.
deserves it,
But I
but
mean, I mean, the Grinch is synonymous with Christmas, though.
yeah, but so is Rudolph.
Yeah, that's true. Rudolph is
I
too.
feel
You
like
can't.
Rudolph it wasn't Rankin and Bass's first Christmas special. I think that was actually a Little Drummer Boy. The Rudolph is a lot better than Drummer Boy. Not that Drummer
Yeah,
Boy is bad, but it definitely
just
is
Rudolph.
more
Yeah,
refined.
and Rudolph has a song too. So
Yeah. Um, So I would argue that Rudolph is more so the the George Washington of Christmas specials.
ooh, the George
It's
Washington,
just
you say? Okay.
I mean I feel like it's not the first, but it's definitely what I would argue the most iconic of them. Does that feel accurate?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because it's pretty like you know what I mean. Like it's everybody knows Rudolph, and you have a song and everything. Like
Yeah.
what about
There's the Frosted Snowman
yeah.
animated one, which is it's never been like my favorite, but it's not bad for sure. Um,
What what about now TV? Now TV specials.
mhm.
There's obviously I always like the SpongeBob Christmas is always a big one.
Yeah, I you could disagree, but I personally have a major soft spot for the Invader Zim Christmas special.
Oh
That is one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
most unhinged 30 minutes of television I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it. Um, like it, it doesn't really have any Christmas spirit or message or anything. It's just an episode of Invader Zim that happens to focus on Santa. But I think
Hmm.
that it's also I believe is also the last episode of that show, which also gives it points in my book because
Oh,
I think
okay.
the
Yeah,
best
like
episode of that
extra
show where it
value.
ends on a high note. Um,
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of other Christmas episodes. Oh, the Justice League Christmas special.
Yeah, the what, Comfort and Joy, I think it is. Where it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, they go.
I don't remember the B plot or I guess the A plot, whichever
I
whichever
think it
one the Superman
was
one isn't.
yeah, so it's Superman. John goes with Superman's house to
Hmm.
like talk, like with them. Flash tries to find like this sold out toy for these orphans. And then Shiera and GL, like, I think they like go somewhere else for Christmas or something like that.
I think it's space.
Yeah, they go to like, they like travel to like a space bar and like start a fight or something.
Yeah.
Because that's her way of celebrating. And he's like, what the heck?
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Batman's not in it because Batman's just working because he's Batman,
Yeah.
which I think is a good. Also, speaking of Batman, have you? There's the Batman animated series episode "Christmas with the Joker," which is also very
Yes.
iconic.
Is that
I that
like
is
that uh Jingle bells, Batman smells. Is that where that comes from?
Yes, that is where that comes from.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good one.
Yeah, no, it's a really good. It's just a fun episode. It's really funny because the Joker's just out here doing like ridiculously crazy stuff on Christmas. Like, he blows up a bridge with a train on it. He like kidnaps everybody around town. He's got giant robots just crushing
Mhm.
people and cars in the city. Like, he's just like, it's so funny because there's the scene where they're like, "Oh, we know where the Joker is. We'll go get him." And they're like, right, Batmobile going full speed. And then the
Mhm.
Joker's like, "But will they get me in time before this bomb goes off downtown?" And it just cuts to the car immediately turning around and flooring it in the other direction. It's so funny because like the whole time they pretty much know where he's at, but they can't get to him because he's doing other stuff. And it's just a really funny episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, iconic.
Mhm. But yeah, going back to the Justice League one, I just love
Yeah.
that moment where Ma Kent, like, I guess knitted a sweater that day for Martian. It's like no one gets to leave my house empty handed, like puts it on and like, shapeshifts to grow a little bit, like I'll grow into it. Like,
Hmm.
that's such a
Yeah, that's such a
sweet
big
moment.
moment. That's an awesome one. Yeah, that is a really good episode because it is really just like it's a comforting one. It explores different people's experiences with holidays. Like, it's
Mm,
just a really good episode. There's action in it. There's drama. There's a lot of it's good for the story.
yeah.
And also, it's just a fun episode to see. It's always fun to see characters you like do more like, family oriented or whatever.
Or just like kind of mundane stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's it's those kinds of episodes are something that's just been completely lost in the era of streaming. Like, not only can filler episodes not really exist anymore, which some of them, like, you know, can really help, but just like characterize people, just help, uh, you know, cause character interactions to happen that you never really would thought of before. But it also, you know, putting stuff just all, at once on streaming has kind of killed the like Christmas and Halloween and holiday themed episodes, because if all the episodes are released in at at the same time in July, you have no need for a Christmas special. Um, so yeah, that's something that I definitely just kind of miss in general, and I think we'll kind of lose over time, like the concept of a Christmas special, unless they specifically make one. Unless they specifically make one to be a Christmas special or something like that, like the Guardians Christmas special. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves to be on like the Mount Rushmore, but it was still a very
Yeah, but that was like I kind
solid.
of forgot, but that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Trying to think of other like there's obviously other Rankin and Bass ones, like The Year Without Santa Claus, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Um, there are others. Okay. So let's go ahead and lock in. I think we can easily lock in Charlie Brown and Rudolph, right?
Yeah, I would say definitely Charlie Brown, Rudolph. What? Frosty the Snowman? Question mark.
I personally would put Grinch over Frosty.
Okay, okay. I do feel good about Grinch.
Yeah, like I said,
Feels
it doesn't like feel
both.
great being greedy putting it on both lists, but it deserves it. They're both great.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, again, the Grinch is a big part of Christmas, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to just put Invaders Zim on there? Because or probably the Justice League
Either Justice
episode.
League or SpongeBob. Either of those.
Oh, SpongeBob does. Yeah, SpongeBob does feel. Well, yes and no, because I do feel like it is very. It's a good. It's just. it does two things well, because I feel like the important thing with a Christmas special is like it has to actually be about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it has to genuinely just be a good episode of the show,
And
even without the Christmas aspect. And it is definitely both.
yeah, it's actually the
Because
first episode to involve Patch the Pirate too.
yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true. It does have the Patch of the Pirate stuff. That's big. Which I didn't know till I was like a full grown adult. That was still Tom Kenny, but of course. But anyway, he's just a grown man in a pirate suit. But yeah, no, and I mean, yeah, I think. I feel like the SpongeBob Christmas episode is iconic because when I think of like actual episodes of a TV show that's a Christmas episode, that is the first thing I think of.
Yeah, like it is definitely a Christmas special, but I still think you can watch it, any time of the year.
Yes.
It still gets it still gets the point across.
Yeah, it's definitely just a good episode in general.
Yeah. Although I do just really like, the concept of different superheroes having this more mundane episode, just, centered around Christmas. Like the Flash getting a toy for an orphan is a very fun episode. It's a very fun
Yeah.
you can do it at other times, but like it hits the hardest in a Christmas special.
I wonder if I'm trying to think. I think okay, so Charlie Brown,
Yes.
Rudolph,
Mm-hmm.
Grinch, and SpongeBob. Is that what we're feeling? Any objections?
I'm just trying to think of anything I might have missed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on IMDb's greatest Christmas specials list. They're showing movies too. That's not exactly what I'm looking for, but yeah, yeah. I think I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the fish?
Yeah. So just a recap, you said Rudolph, Charlie Brown, Grinch, SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yes.
In no
that,
particular order, obviously. But yeah, I think that's a solid Mount Rushmore of 4 Christmas specials.
Yes.
As we've defined them.
Yeah. And once again, we haven't seen every single Christmas special.
No.
If anyone has any other ideas, please leave down below. But as far as our Mount Rushmore, that feels right.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all I have right now. Is there anything else you want to bring up or discuss?
Not really. I mean, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. Enjoy.
Absolutely.
And yeah, maybe there's a new special we'll see this year. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. This will be our last regular episode for the year. We'll come back at least with one more, hopefully before the end of the year, with our look back at favorite comic book stuff from this past year, and then after that, our most anticipated stuff of next year. I was really enjoying doing those videos, so yeah, it'll be fun. And with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care.